Well, I'm glad you're here watching my video on YouTube. The fact is, I don't know how long this will be up, since YouTube has decided to start censoring me and pulling down my videos. But don't worry, you can watch this video on rumble.com/RandPaul, where I post all of my content. Love to see you over at rumble.com.
Let's bring in Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul. He's there on Capitol Hill. So it looks like the president is really pulling out all the stops, Senator, this afternoon to try to get progressives and moderates to sign on to this thing. If he hopes to get anything done, he's going to have to trim the size of it down from $3.5 trillion to maybe $2 trillion. Is there any number that's acceptable to you?
No, and really the numbers game is a fake accounting. They're not really whittling down what they're going to spend it on. They're just whittling down how long they're going to count the accounting period to be. So if it costs $5 trillion over 5 years and they only count $1 trillion, then that's $1 trillion. But that isn't making the program small. The programs are still enormous and over time are going to add up to trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. The other lie is that this won't affect anybody under $400,000. If you look at this sifting through our bank accounts at either a $600 level or even a higher dollar level, where the IRS goes through all of your bank accounts, all that comes in, all that comes out, 75% of that money is on people making less than $100,000 a year. So it is a lie that they're only going after the rich people. They're going to go after ordinary people, and they're going to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze more money out of you if they possibly can. But the lie that this is only about going after rich people, it's just frankly not true, and they're going to go after a lot of ordinary people when this thing gets passed.
Senator, the argument that progressives are making is that we need to have a bill like this to provide for greater equity across the country. What do you believe the effect of a massive bill like this would be?
Well, I'm for equality before the law. I'm not for equity or equal outcomes at the very end. That's socialism. And if that's their prescription, that we're all going to be equal in the end, what that does is takes out the incentive of life. It takes out the incentives to be a producer, the incentives to find a market and make the iPhone or any of the great innovations that we've had over time. So equity is a sort of this misnomer, has nothing to do with the origins of our country or what we stand for. We stand for equality before the law, but not sort of the idea of equal outcome at the end of the day.
Yeah. Economists Casey Mulligan and Vance Ginn have an idea of what the effect will be. They write this in the Wall Street Journal. The explicit tax increases on income, investment, and wealth will cost 5 million jobs over a decade. Compared to baseline growth, implicit tax increases on work will cost 9 million jobs. Do you believe, Senator, that this could be a job killer?
Without question, it will kill jobs. Anytime you take more tax money out of the productive economy, which is the private economy, and you put it into the non-productive economy, which is government, you cost people jobs. But not only that, even if a job is created in the government realm, it's not typically a productive job or one that the consumer wants. This is what's lost on people about capitalism. Capitalism, we all vote every day on what products we want, and that's what's produced. It's based on our demand. In government, it's who you're related to or who you're a crony of, and that's how the money is distributed. So there's always the top 1%, whether it's socialism or capitalism. Under capitalism, the top 1% are the people who produce goods that people want. Under government or under socialism, it's the people who are friends of people in government. That's a terrible system to live under.
What's really ironic about this reconciliation bill is that this is not a fight between Democrats and Republicans. This is a fight between Democrats and left-wing Democrats. But if they can, through these meetings or future negotiations over the next few days, come up with a number that they can agree on, it's pretty much a done deal. There's really not much Republicans can do to stop it, or is there?
But realize no matter what the number is, it's still a punishment for the economy. So if they say it's $3.5 trillion and they're going to make it $2 trillion, it really still is $3.5 trillion because all they're doing is changing the terms of what you look at. They're saying instead of looking at a 10-year window, we're going to look at a 2-year window. But in the end, they're still going to spend trillions and trillions of dollars we don't have, and nothing is free. The Democrats are offering you baubles. They're offering you this is free. This is going to be free health care, free child care. It's not free. You're going to pay for it through taxation and or inflation, and we're already seeing inflation. So people need to realize that this is a bait and switch coming from Democrats. They're offering you something for free, but they're not telling you you're really going to pay for it through inflation.
Yeah, I read one editorial that said it's like saying that expensive meal you had was free because you paid for it. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, always good to spend time with you. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.